Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Don't forget, if you like the video, click on like and subscribe and talk about it on chat lines, wherever it is your social media activities, and help us to grow and help more people. I'll talk to you soon. Emmanuel says, why should we learn about ego? I understand what it is, but I don't know what I should get out of it. Thank you in advance. How can you deal with something if you don't know what it is? So you learn about ego to know what it is that it is doing or how it affects you in general in your day-to-day negotiation of life. How it affects your perceptions, why you're perceiving something the way you are. Is it actually based on your observation, your perception? Is it actually the observing the thing? Or you're actually perceiving it different than what it actually is because you are seeing it with the eye of the ego. It's affecting that whatever action was there because that's the only way it can be affecting you, or is it affecting you because you're actually having your ego have a say in that behavior or approach or whatever that was happening? Is it you seeing something for what it is? Or are you seeing something what it is through the filter of the ego, which changes that thing that what it is based on what ego is? That's why you learn what ego is. So you can see things clear without the lens and the filter of the ego, so it'll be clear, vivid, and you will make decisions based on what that thing is and how it should be dealt with, how it should be looked upon rather than being perceived. When you look at something, let's say you see an orange tree, if you look at it, it's orange tree, great, so far so good. You go closer and you see, oh wow, the leaves are this color and they're oranges, and suddenly you say, oh, these oranges are a little bit bigger than the oranges I had in the orange tree of my uncle's home. And that orange, I remember my uncle would now take them and they feed them. Like suddenly you're no longer here with this orange tree. You're now looking at this orange tree, but you're actually seeing it as the orange tree was in your uncle's place. And you see those oranges. Your connection with this observation, with this interaction, with this orange tree is broken because now you're in your memory at the uncle's home with the orange tree that was there. So you're perceiving it other than what this thing actually is, and you're perceiving this, the actuality, with something that is no longer helps you to be in the present moment. Now, ego is kind of the same way. It takes you out of the present moment to be able to see the actuality of what it is that you're interacting with. It puts a filter in front of it, kind of tangent, that takes you out of your direct connection with what it is to see it as clear as it could be, and it kind of puts a lens and takes you somewhere else, just like it did with your uncle's orange tree, and make you be focused on that. See this orange tree through the lens of the uncle's orange tree. And the ego is like not letting you see the whatever it is, whatever the happening it is, based on that making decision reaction. It filters it, takes you out and takes that situation, puts it in an incubator when this ego ingredients are going to change its powers or effects or influence on you and give it different colors and different edges and different things and bring it back here. So now you're not affected by what it is that was affecting you. You're affected with the ego-laced situation. So in other words, knowing about the ego, then you can peel this shit out and always try to see things for what it is, not interpreting it with the interpreter that is called ego. You want to fire that, but you got to know it before you can actually be able to put that mechanism of anti-ego lens. So in other words, you're putting another lens in front of the ego lens to get the ego out of the picture. In other words, if you don't know ego, how would you know that it is ego that is actually influencing what it is that you're interacting with? So that's why you want to know what the ego is. I hope that would help you.